champions, Coach FAYE here, author of Choreography of Awakening, performance mastery coach, and owner and founder of Institute for Performance Mastery. I want to take on the theme of Paris today. I didn't put the French flag over my photo on Facebook profile. Instead, I chose that sign of Eiffel Tower in a circle. And it's very symbolic that Eiffel Tower looks in a circle, looks like a symbol of peace. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I haven't talked about this in a week, and people have been calling me and asking me questions and sending me texts and emails, and they would ask, Coach FAYE, what do you think about that? I wanted to take my time, and I wanted to reflect, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't rush to any conclusions. And the truth is, I love Paris. I love everything about it. I love French language, I love French books, French history, French actors, French language. So it has some meaning for me. And yet, it's not about the terrorist attack. It really is about peace. And we talk about peace on the planet. I don't want to talk about peace on the planet because I feel that peace on the planet begins with the peace inside of us. And many people would say that, well, I'm peaceful, I don't go and do anything. But the truth is, every time you engage in a negative conversation with yourself, every time that you criticize yourself, that you condemn yourself, it's a terrorist attack on yourself. You're killing a small part of you, another small part of yourself is dying in that moment, and that is a terrorist attack. My teachers, Mary and Ron Holnick, the founders of the University of Santa Monica, they would say that our outer reality is a reflection of our inner reality. And I have to say that I agree with this 100%. I see it in my life, and I feel that what happened in Paris is a reflection of us. And everything in the world is happening so much quicker right now. I'm sure that you notice how rapidly things change, and things will accelerate even faster. And our purpose on this planet is to grow, is to understand who we are, what we're here for, and what is our contribution into the world. What is your contribution into the world? What is his contribution into the world? But mainly, what is my contribution into the world? Do I live with my purpose and my mission in my life? Am I congruent with my actions? Are my actions laying where my mouth is? Am I talking about peace and then yelling at my child? Am I talking about peace and then criticizing and yelling at myself and condemning myself and saying how much I hate my life, I hate myself, I hate my job, I hate my body? How am I reflecting in my life my mission and purpose that I am here for? And is it being reflected in the events of the world? Are these events being put in front of us so that we can stop and go, wow, what's going on? How I can change? So I don't want to go into that place, oh, poor French people, and it's horrible what happened to them. In reality, 140 people have died and 350 people were injured. In reality, more people die every day from disease and car accidents and other stuff. When your time comes, it's time to go. And we don't know how timely or untimely. I spoke earlier in my other videos about a friend of mine, a shaman and a healer, who was bombed in the desert of Egypt while he was conducting a healing ceremony, and he was bombed and killed. And we didn't talk about how horrible it was. What we were talking about was that he didn't die with the music in his heart. And I'm going to stay by those words because you don't know when you're going to die, when it's your time. As a matter of fact, just a few weeks ago, I was reading a newspaper article about 3 kids from my daughter's school who were killed in Yosemite, but no one killed them. No one shot them. They didn't get in a car accident. Nothing happened. They were camping in Yosemite and they went to sleep in the tent after hiking all day. And while they were sleeping, the tree fell on their tent and all 3 of these kids were instantly dead. So the truth is, our time will come when our time will come, regardless of whether it's going to be a terrorist attack, a car accident, a cancer, a heart attack, or a tree falls on top of your head, or an icicle falls on your head as you're just walking down the street. But what we do know is what we can do with our moments of being alive right now. And right now, we can choose to find the peace within ourselves. We can choose to learn to love ourselves, to stand strong in the beauty and strength and light of who we are, and live in congruency with who we are, which is love. The terrorist attackers, those people who killed others, they are us. We are all one. We truly are all one. They are nothing but the external representation of our internal reality. And it is our responsibility to change our internal reality. We can go inside of us and be selfish in the place of I love me. I love me the way I am. I love a little belly that I have here and a little fat on my butt. I love me when I didn't wake up on time. I love me when I fail at something. And I love me when I won something. I love me when I got angry. And I love me when I was happy. I love me because it is God within me. And I love God. We all are God within us. And I love you because God is within you. Even when you're a total asshole. Still. I feel emotional right now just even saying that. Because that's the gift that we can give. And we can justify ourselves why we shouldn't do that. But you know what? Viktor Frankl, who wrote the book, Man's Search for Meaning. If you didn't read that book, you have to go get and read that book. He wrote that book from Auschwitz, being a prisoner of Auschwitz, when he was almost gassed and burned. And he still found that strength and love in his heart to love. And I love what he said, that we all, every single one of us, have a choice. We have a choice, a freedom to choose our attitude, no matter what. When everything is taken away from us, we can still have that freedom. I really get it that Hitler thought that if there were no more Jews on the planet would be a better place. And maybe those Muslim groups, they think that if everyone is Muslim and there are no others, the world will be a better place. And maybe we think that if there were no Muslims, the world would be a better place. Or maybe we think if there were no liars, no lazy people, no people who take advantage of other people, no crazy people, no mean people, no angry people. If all of these bad people, those evil people, those cheaters, those liars, if they were gone, the world would be a better place. But I want you to ask yourself, Have you ever in your life not lied? Have you ever in your life not take advantage of others? Have you ever in your life, did you ever, I don't know even how to say it properly in English right now, and it doesn't matter, but did you ever take advantage of another person? Were you ever angry? Did you ever bully someone? Have you ever done that? Or your child? Or your parent? I'm sure the answer is yes. I know I have. And as much as I try not to now, I still occasionally do. I don't like to feel the way I feel after I do it, and I have to go inside and just sit with myself and forgive myself for that, and just decide that I'm going to do better tomorrow. But if we decided to get rid of all those people, folks, there'd be no people left on the planet. So it's time that we make peace and love with all of those offenders. The truth is, they're victims just like the rest of the world. We all are victims, or none of us are. So I invite you to stop pretending that we are victims and that we all unite in that place inside of us, finding that peace within, and stop being a terrorist to ourselves and fall in love with you. That is all that you can do. That is all that I can do. And I invite you to do that as well. And that, folks, is our responsibility. That's what we should do today and every day, and make that commitment and make that intention again and again and again and again. And maybe then we'll have a chance to have a better world in the future. I'm grateful for you listening to me. As a matter of fact, I'm grateful for the opportunity to express this. I'm grateful for the Paris, for the terrorists, to allow us to slow down and look inside of ourselves and reflect and connect with the parts of ourselves that are important, and maybe make better decisions now. So if anything else, love yourself and do what you love doing, so that when it's time to go, you don't go with the music in your heart. I'm Coach Faye. I hope you leave some comments below. I'm grateful if you're not throwing tomatoes into this camera, and we'll stay in conversation. I love you guys. Bye.